But yeah, we're talking about James Gunn Superman. It's been out for the last 2 weeks now, I believe. This is apparently the start of the new DCU under James Gunn and Philip as well. I can't remember his surname, but Philip is also attached to alongside with James Gunn with creating the DC universe.
They're old chums, you know.
Oh really? They're not
Childhood besties.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
James Gunn seems like when he messages you, he locks into you for forever. Dope. But yeah, we both seen Superman. What's our thoughts?
My thoughts.
You got a whole T-shirt where,
So
yeah, I don't know if it's indicated that
I
you like it.
I mean, also like I was very like thank you to Ray and one of our friends on the show and Warner Brothers because they invited me to a fan event, so I got to see the first 30 minutes beforehand.
Oh, you did, yeah.
So like yeah, it was really interesting, and then we got a lot of insights. I'm pretty sure Junior has the videos if you wanna snip a couple in.
Yeah.
But like yeah, it was interesting to hear the behind the scenes stuff as well as just kind of understanding the world. I did feel like I love Superman. I used to be really heavy into Superman when I was like a lot younger, but like I feel like my understanding of it was just like very basic. And hearing how much passion James Gunn put into it, it made me feel like I need to step up my game a bit.
In terms of what?
Like trying to understand like the actual comic book lore.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean.
Comic book background history.
Yeah. I'm kind of the opposite. I never liked Superman. I thought Superman was overrated. I felt like he was too powerful. So I was like, how can I connect to a character that essentially, in my eyes, is always going to win? So I did like Man of Steel. I know there's a few people that didn't like it. I enjoyed Man of Steel. Obviously, it was a different Superman. But even after watching Man of Steel, I still didn't care much about this character.
I didn't like Man of Steel.
You know,
it's just like, even though I didn't know the comics that much, he was just too stoic. Like,
yeah.
Why is he nonchalant? He's Superman.
Yeah, he doesn't talk. He's
just.
I'm strong. I'm strong. Yeah. So we've got this new Superman, and there was a lot of talks, mixed reviews on whether before the film came out, whether the film was going to be good. I watched it. We both watched it. I can honestly say that I enjoyed it. I liked the film. I think it's one of those films that I enjoyed. There's a lot of stuff to nitpick on, but overall it was a great take on Superman. I think it was very ballsy for someone like James Gunn to even start off the film with Superman losing. And I think that made me realize, okay, we're dealing with a Superman that can lose. Because before then, for me, it was always like Superman will always win. And we got a Superman that was very much comic booky. I never read the comic books, but I just felt like while watching this film, I felt like I was reading a comic book. It was probably the most comic book film I've seen like ever. It seemed like it was literally came from the books itself. The way the characters acted, the way the characters behaved. We got a human Superman that was charismatic, nice, sweet, kind to people, and I love that for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, also, like, it goes back to the sources, because I think I really enjoyed it, by the way.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of the Superman I really enjoyed and appreciated growing up. I don't really like Zack Snyder's version of Superman. I don't like Henry Cavill's version of Superman. He's too nonchalant. He's too stoic, and it just doesn't make sense given the upbringing that Clark had, the messages his parents used to give him, the purpose he had. Why is he stoic and nonchalant?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. So for me, I really enjoyed it because it was going back to the sources. It was giving the Superman I fell in love with when I first started watching him as a kid. On ITV2. On ITV2, because they used to have the Christopher Reed ones on all the time. So going back to the actual sources where we're seeing how weak Kryptonite is, he isn't the man of steel and constantly invincible. Like he's having weak moments.
A lot of weak moments. This is like a horrible week for him. Every time he was getting slapped up. And I think that's what I was like, while watching it, I was super excited while watching it, and I feel like I need to watch it again because a lot of me was watching it in a maze, like, oh shit, I'm actually watching a Superman movie. So it took me a while for me to adjust the fact that I'm watching a film and I need to take in what's going on. But it was very ballsy for James Gunn to like kind of like start the film so abrupt. Like someone put a tweet out, and I think I had a bookmark, so I might put it on the screen as well because I don't want to like misquote them. But essentially, they were saying this film felt like a TV show, and it was a season 3 finale because like we kind of entered his life, and obviously the film starts off like Star Wars, giving you the text stuff on the screen, telling you the lore of this universe, but then it's like straight on he lost his first fight. Then Lex Luthor's there trying to give him the codes and whatnot for him to fight down Superman. It's like, okay, we're here, we're in this. And the thing that kind of sold me wasn't even the fight scenes, it was the 10-minute scene where he's sitting down with Lois Lane and they're having like a mock interview.
Yeah.
Where it's like...
And then you get to see the build-up of the intimate relationship that they have, the dynamic they have.
They were lips in hard in the kitchen. So...
That's my man, by the way. That is my
David Consuet.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but you've known this since Pearl.
You did. You know what? Yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. Some of you lot, you lot late on the train. Okay, Maz was on Consuet from day. So you lot are going, oh, bruv, that's her property. You heard?
And I also saw him in person.
Let me get sound effects, bro. I need to get.
You can't do that, but I can.
I need to get a dog sound effect.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. No, I saw him in person. That's a very handsome man.
Yeah. She just went somewhere.
But no.
Yeah,
no,
that scene was incredible.
Yeah, I think also like you also see the dynamic between him and Jimmy.
Oh, I love Jimmy.
Love Jimmy.
I didn't even know. I don't know if it's
Jimmy's a Riz King.
Riz, aura, beaming. He was reading newspaper and girls were giggling on the side. He's like, and he's like, not again. Why does this keep happening to me?
And then his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. It's like he has spent a weekend with her. It's like, no.
He's fuming. But the moment she came running into his arms, he was smacking.
Bro, she's how tall she is. She wrapped on him like alien, bruv. Because Jimmy's kind of short.
So, like, I think it was nice to see this, like, dynamic and relationship between Clark and Lois, Jimmy, the other Justice members.
Yeah, Justice Gang.
Yeah, we know that's not their names. I cannot stand Green Lantern. I cannot.
You like him?
No,
he's like someone you hate. He
did a great job.
Oh, but he's annoying. Yeah.
I can't. That's someone. If I worked in an office with him, I would avoid him.
Being annoying like that and having that haircut is just adds to the annoyance. Because how can you talk like this with that haircut?
He's got the Chet haircut. Do it, lady.
Okay, we'll find out what reference that is.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
But yeah, he definitely was annoying. What do you think about Mr. Terrific?
I want to like him, but I feel like something about him was a bit off, and I can't actually put my finger on it.
I thought he was the standout for me in this movie.
But out of the three, he's my favourite. But something. I don't know if it was like they gave him enough time, but somehow he still seemed like a mystery.
Yeah, there's definitely more to unpack on his character, like his background, because apparently in the comics he's known to be the third smartest person in the world in the DC universe. So I guess there's a lot of backstory.
I feel like maybe it's just on me wanting to know more about. Like I said, I'm realizing I don't know anything in terms of lore. Like I need to know more. So maybe it's more just like I need to go back into getting into like comics and stuff like that. I
saw talks about possibly. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going around, so there's a lot of misinformation as well. But I did see some stuff regarding Mr. Terrific and Jimmy talking about doing a possible TV show of him. I think because this film is doing so well, so I think of the week it's released, it made the film budget back. And speaking about film budget, we will talk about the fact that they have not leaked, but actually been very
exposed on the amount of money they've spent. They've got back in the opening week, the amount of money they spent in marketing.
Beautiful.
And it's just like really crazy that we don't normally get to have this understanding of things. I guess people always like to say, oh, this was a flop, and then you're just like, no, it's not. Like, look at the statistics.
Yeah.
This is just embarrassing that you're talking that way. And it's kind of reassuring people to go to the cinema and actually watch it because it's not a flop.
Yeah, and I like the fact that some of you lot online were talking crazy about Nicholas Holt's name, because they leaked, not leaked, I keep saying leaked because I'm so used to film productions not giving out this information. So to me, it feels like they shared this information. They shared the salary of all the actors. Obviously, David got 750. Rachel, I believe, got 750. Nicholas Holt got 2 mil.
Yeah, but also like
2 mil.
I think
well deserved.
It's nice to also see that Lois and Superman are getting the same amount.
Oh yeah, actually I forgot about equal pay.
Hashtag feminism.
Equal pay.
Feminism. So that was quite nice to see, but like it makes sense, at least for us. Like especially if you're from like the UK, you've grown up watching Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, he put in work from day.
Like
and
about
big films.
About a Boy, Skins. As of recently, we saw him in Nosferatu.
Yeah.
He's been in everything.
Been busy. He was in Furious Road as well.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
So like, it's not surprising. Like he's been acting crazy young. I think.
Yeah.
8 or something like that.
Yeah, he definitely was a child actor.
Yeah, he was a child actor. So like, for him to have had such a roster and then expect him not to be on a mill, like I feel like it's a lack of research on your part rather than he's getting overpaid.
Yeah, 100%. And then James Gunn himself paid himself 15 million.
Yeah, well, you gotta do it.
I would have added the extra 5 to that still. Say, all this
expenses, man.
Yeah, I gotta do all this traveling around and whatnot. It's a little bit too crazy for me, man. It's a little bit too crazy. What else do we want to talk about regarding that film? I saw a lot of people. There's a podcast called Crazy Stupid Podcast, and I like the fact they talked about Superman, and what they made clear was that they started the podcast basically saying Superman is not a police officer, he's a firefighter, as in he's all about just saving people. So it's not
about policing people, it's just about de-escalating.
Yeah, and I think this is the whole film. He just saves people. Not even people, he saves animals. He saves the squirrel.
No, he saves sentient beings.
Yeah.
Whether or not you believe they're sentient or not is up to you, but I believe they're sentient beings. And I think that was like really interesting because he just wanted to be a protector. He didn't want it to protect mankind. He wanted to be a protector.
Yeah, because
the previous narrative has always been like he's come to save humankind.
Yeah, but how do you feel about the fact that I saw an interview with James Gunn when he speaks about the main change, one of the only changes he actually did with Superman, with the fact that he changed the reason why his parents sent him to Earth. So originally they sent him down there to help them and protect them and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But in this film, it was like he sent him there to rule over them. That's what it came across anyway. And James Gunn made it clear that he wanted to change something and make his Superman kind of unique to him, but also he didn't want to change who Superman is, and he saw this as the only way to have a change, but not change the character of Superman. Superman's methods is still the same, and the reason why he does it is still the same. But there's a lot of fans that are outraged that, of course, they changed.
I mean, like, if we're looking back at the classics with Christopher Reeve, that was always like, that message was like the key part of everything. I mean, it's always been there from the comics, but it was the key part. But I think I'm gonna be outlandish here, very outtake of me. I don't think it was necessarily the biggest message. So a lot of people have been complaining online about how woke the storyline is. Yeah. You're forcing that it's an immigrant story, but like before people called immigrants, they were called aliens.
Yeah.
That's a biblical reference, by the way.
Yeah, there'd be like illegal aliens or something.
Illegal aliens. So like, and even then we're still seeing that language now prop up again.
Yeah.
So it is always been very woke, and it is not a story about being an uprighteous person because you've been told to. It's being an uprighteous person because you are. and he's always been quite radical on that side.
Yeah.
Even if you're looking at like the comic book history as well, the writers have always had a very conscious liberal sentiment.
Yeah.
One of the writers was Canadian as well, and there's a lot of lore around that, and that's why people are like, you can't just say he's just American. Like, the people who created him are so much more than that. It's an immigrant story, and it's telling us how being a part of a community and assimilating to do what is right is the most important thing as a person.
Yeah.
Or an alien, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think in this version, it was more like the fact that you care makes you more human.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was his whole motto throughout the film, which at points I didn't enjoy in terms of scripting. I think that's kind of my nitpicks with it. Sometimes he will say stuff that felt like you're trying to push this message across. Like when he had that huge monologue when he finally like beats Lex Luthor, beats his clone and whatnot, and he's like, "This is what makes me human, da 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 da, because I care, da da da." And I was like, this is a good monologue, but it's also like I feel like you're feeding the audience information that they kind of already knew from your actions already.
Well, you're saying this, but like I don't know what's happened, but it feels like everyone got brainwashed by Man of Steel and Zack Snyder's universe.
I think that's what hurt this film, because they seem like they're trying to do clean up on what people kind of perceived Superman was.
Yeah,
from
so
those
like
films.
that from that's not who Superman. This is who Superman is.
Yeah.
That's just an interpretation of him.
Yeah.
But this is more comic book accurate, and like, God forbid you find out what happens when he gets a little bit pink kryptonite on him. He turns gay.
He doesn't gay when he gets pink.
When he's near pink kryptonite.
Why did they make it pink?
I don't know. But like, I don't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like it's a thing. And it's like, okay, but like you have this idea of this stoic incel king Superman.
Damn.
You know what I'm gonna say? It's incel king Superman who's just like, ugh. And that's not who he is.
Yeah.
Like, so like they're having to do a lot of damage control because that was the first thing people started to complain about.
Yeah.
Oh, like he's too happy. Why is there so much hope in this? And it's like, he was always hopeful.
Yeah. It's true. Like I said, I enjoyed this film. I thought this film was great. I'm definitely gonna watch it again. I loved how James Gunn said, you know what, he stood on what he wanted to create. People were complaining about the cinematography during the trailers. Watching it as a film, I was like, I'm still like iffy about it, but it makes sense to the story that he's trying to tell. And I like when directors take those type of risk of like, people may not get it, but they may get it later on. But I want to be a little bit risky with this film.
The VFX was interesting.
Yeah, you told me that dimension scene when he's in that dimension float. Yeah, that was not the best.
Yeah, the VFX was very interesting.
Yeah, that was not the best.
Yeah, I feel like obviously this is an ongoing discussion about visual effects with DC needing to step up because we do know that we have the technology to do a lot better. But I think in this story, we're not focusing too much about the VFX. It's about kind of reopening and reintroducing this world and this version of Superman because people have so many expectations from its predecessors.
Yeah, you're right, and hopefully they get it right for the next one. For the next one's gonna get, of course, Superwoman, the Woman of Tomorrow, which is based on the comic books, which is another gripe. People have so much gripes on the film and not realizing that it's coming straight from the comics. So people were mad about Superwoman appearing and she was like drunk, intoxicated, and she was a slurring, and people thought it was goofy. But the comic book that her film is based on, the first 2 pages of the script starts off as her 21st birthday, and she goes off to another planet to get drunk. And in the film, she's drunk. I've been told during the interviews that this one is meant to be like, from the comic books, is meant to be like John Wick and Star Wars mixed together. She's on a revenge mission for something. She's on getting revenge on someone, and she's got a bunch of different planets and stuff, getting revenge on this one person, which should be good.
Yeah.
It's giving Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, but it's not directed by James Gunn, and that's what I'm kind of interested to see another director do a DC film. What type of feel would it be? Would it still give a Superman feel, or is he going to allow them, I should say, to be
their
put their
version.
signature
Yeah.
on it. The same guy that directed I, Tonya, which starred Margot Robbie. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Superman was cool. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But unlike the next film I'm about to talk about, you may not.
Wait, no, you forgot. I
What's
wanted
that?
Crypto.
Oh, the doctor.
They
Of
did
course.
a lookalike competition.
For the dog?
Yeah.
Bruv, if anyone has the same dog, they'll win, no?
No, but there was different versions of him, and it was so cute. I really like him, and I like the fact that he's not the most obedient thing.
I love that he's a bad dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cute. Yeah. I love the fact that James Gunn really shows how much he loves animals. Like, he did it with Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, we cared about a raccoon. Like, we felt bad for a raccoon being tormented and tortured and whatnot. Then we have this dog that is clearly a bad dog, but you still find it adorable how the dog is.
He's just so naughty. I love it.
Yeah. That dog will kill the shit out of you, though.
Yeah.
When he said you had to get the dog away from the cows in case you're...
And he'll kill them. Yeah, because he was playing with them.
Yeah. He did not know what he's doing. See how he was abusing Superman at the beginning? Man said, it's not playtime, I'm dying. Help me, nigga. Damn, take my cape. Get me out of here, damn. Yeah, shout out to Kryptonite, man.
Yeah.
That brand, obviously, is Supergirl's dog, so I'm happy that dog goes back to her original owner and whatnot. No?
No, because post-credit scenes. Remember he's hugging him?
Oh, yeah, so he took it back.
That's his dog, bro.
And also, I like the fact, just to end on Superman, I like the post-credit scene not having to do anything with next movies. I think James Gunn has learned a lot from Marvel, and he's trying to do stuff that Marvel have done, trying to do differently what Marvel has done before. I'm not going to do a post-credit scene for something that may not come out. There's so much post-credit scenes in Marvel that has led to nothing.
Yeah, like, you know, the hand after Eternals that was just out. We only got an answer.
Styles.
We only got an answer. No, he's not coming.
Exactly. We had Harry Styles. We had Hercules.
Oh yeah, they actually.
We had a lot of post-credit scenes that has amount. We had Blade. Blade came up. Remember he did the voiceover in the background when Kit was grabbing the sword. Yeah, it's like James Gunn realized that, and I think this post-credit scene in Superman was meant to be like tricked you guys, I'm not doing that. Just wait till the next film.
Yeah.
And I like that he's standing on that. He's been very clear that if the script is not good and not ready, then we're not going forward with it. He has cancelled projects based on that. He's put projects forward because of that.
Oh, I will say that I was curious about Batgirl. That her.
Batgirl? Who Batgirl? Oh, I was curious to see how that turned out. We're never going to find out, though. We'll never find out how that is. You know, I have a feeling it probably was not good.
You think it was that bad?
For him to duck it like this, it maybe wasn't that good. Because they put out some trash.
Yeah. But I was thinking, like, is it like Matt Reeves' universe, Batgirl? Because if the way I would eat that, take my money.
When we finally got the script done, it's been sent over.
Yes.
Batman Part 2. So hopefully we see that in the next 2 years.
I'm so excited.
I've got to stay alive.
But then it's just, firstly, got to stay alive. But also, how long are they going to take? Because I would like to go to Printworks. I would like to go to Printworks.
We're shut down, but we might get the Penguin season 2.
Yeah,
that place is locked down, boy.
Yeah.
We're busy.
I mean, it's doing amazing stuff because it is saving the London nightlife scene, because apparently it was a thing where it's going to be sold.
Oh, okay.
So, like, great, amazing stuff you're doing for keeping that space, Matt Reeves and DC. But also, I would like to go to a rave at Printworks. So,
She wants to-
kind of you're blocking the way.
Just want to do party up. Listen to Charlie XX.
Do you know what? Oh, do you know what would be sick?
Yeah.
For like either like an opening party for like a screen party for
That'd be sick.
the Penguin or Batman Part 2.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
In the
That'd be sick.
oi,
Just
that's
gave him my idea.
cheeky.
Just gave him my idea.
Yeah, I did. But you have to invite me. That is the bare minimum. Invite me and pay me to present or host.
She said that's the bare minimum, then added 2 more stuff.
Yeah.
You realised midway, like,
Yeah,
wait,
bare
I need
minimum.
to add more.
I need at all, no. And if I can hire the cameraman, it has to be Junior. That's it. That is it.
Thank you to bringing me.
Always got to bring you in, bruv. I don't trust anyone else.